Hello, everyone, anyone out there. Hope you're all having an okay day. Uh, what I would like to see happen tonight is anyone's experience with, let's say, someone using your icon and your name, or imitating you, or um, any personal impersonation you feel like's going on between you and the gang stalkers, where they're like imitating your family or whatever, or someone you might know, and to 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 create division and dissent in the divide and conquer scenario that they tend to be doing here lately. Uh, like how when you have certain individuals that'll come in presenting themselves as someone else, and you'll be streaming or whatever, maybe, or whatever, and you'll invite them into the stream, and all of a sudden that person will start doing racial slurs or doing some crazy stuff that is uncharacteristic of the person that you are acquainted with as a target. Um, it's happened to me several times here now on my channel. I've seen it happen on other people's channels. Um, Also, we could talk about the real world impersonation, uh, where people use your name or your information and the like. Um, just a just a different topic, one that that's not about all the same stuff, like the remote neural monitoring or the gaslighting or the street theater. Just something a little different. Um, as it happened to me again early this morning when I wasn't able to sleep. Uh, where on their V2K stream or whatever, they like to play the switch up on you or whatever, and have an actor or person acting as you, speaking as though they're you, and saying stuff to people, and having a back and forth conversation, and you're not even involved in it, or it's not even something you would think about, or even begin to think about. And maybe even present you as an opposite gender, using a woman's voice, or if you're a man, a man's voice, whatever. If you're a woman, a man's voice. Um, like I said, I've been looking into the deep fake aspect, because it is all pretty much a big deep fake. I was watching Will's program where he had a few videos from Matthew Choi on there. As you might know, Matthew Choi was was a target, whatever, who was in prison for supposedly attacking a cab driver and killing him with a machete, or not a machete, but a meat cleaver. And this happened in, I think, Hong Kong, China. and he was in prison. But I personally think he didn't have anything to do with it. I personally think that he was all set up, like with the setup process that they do with the targeting. Um, from all the videos that I've seen of his, and fairly fairly intelligent person, um, uncharacteristic of his behavior. Um, as the process, the program, the game, whatever, the gang stalking, manipulation, uh, vis-a-vis mind control, whatever, hypnotism, whatever the hell you want to call it. Um, in many senses, they will steal things from you, and information, items, clothing, silverware, whatever, knives, forks, spoons, whatever, things of a personal nature to you. So in the future, they can set you up for something, or even set you up for something that's already happened in the past as a alibi scenario for them. And or just outright create a faked crime altogether. Uh, I don't know if anyone is interested in coming up and speaking. There's only one person watching right now, but that one person might have something to say other than me, which is perfectly fine with me, since I don't always like to be the one talking. I kind of like to hear other people's opinions and other people's views, their experiences. Uh, but the deepfake scenario is real, along with the playbook, the program, the process, whichever term you prefer to use about it, the game, whatever. Um, but as it is, what we've got going on right now is we have people impersonating people, putting on their tags, copying their icons, such as my icon right here, or whatever, some other people's icons, and going in and disrupting the community to where, um, as me and Will have talked about, it's gone really quiet. Not a lot of people making videos. I don't know if that's out of fear, or just maybe loss of interest, because you feel like you're just gonna get crapped on for whatever reason. Hi, Tip. How are you doing tonight? Um, Good to see you. But as it goes with me, I, I I have evidence of this happening to me. Actual videos of them doing it, impersonating me, using my likeness when I'm not even in the you know in their chats with them or whatever, but right here on YouTube doing it, and in real life. Uh, One instance where individual told the police it was me right in front of my face. That was pretty weird. Um, but as I said, as far as Matthew Choi's case goes, I don't really believe he harmed anyone, um, and it was all a setup. Uh, maybe somebody else wanted that particular person or taxi driver dead, or he was just at wrong place at the wrong time, and they wanted to get rid of Matthew Choi because he was, like I said, a very intelligent person, and before he went to prison, I mean, he still is probably. I'm just saying, but now he's in jail. But they removed him from the community, um, in effect, closing his mouth, um, because he was presenting some pretty interesting and pertinent information about being targeted, and the scenarios, the schemes, the slanders, the harassment, all the attitudes of the way it works, technology, whatnot. Um, it just made me think about it watching Will's stream today about it. It had a couple things going on in it, and but I did notice a lot of the stuff in the presentation that Troy was presenting. I've hit on those topics before myself, about how they, in an extreme nature, attack the individual's belief system, albeit whether religion, you know, whatever, uh, activism, whatever, you're whistleblower, whatever. You're a nonconformist, and they kind of tend to attack you harder if you're in that bracket. But as I said, they were impersonating me again today, as they do almost every day on their stream. Calling me a murderer, a rapist, all the good stuff, all the stuff that you hear as being a target. That their slander. You're an all around horrible person because they deem you so, and they're gonna lie about you and generally get a following believing it, whatever. Um, but as that goes, there's like I said, been a cross section of dissent seeming to happen with the TI community. Yeah. Like you just said right there, lack of communication on TI community, and the TI community try communicating with their TIs besides on YouTube. The message don't go through, or the other TI has lack of trust, and you don't hear from them. Right? Well, there is another thing happening with the manipulation of your comments, as it's happened with me, and I hear a lot of other people talk about it. It's when you do make a comment on someone's channel, it might be deleted, or you aren't even able to comment, and they don't even receive notifications of it. Yeah, I say they, I should just say perps, gang stalkers, that are infiltrated in, all facets of YouTube, watching us, whatever, copying our videos and posting them and manipulating them. I have proof of that, where they use them somewhere else, and or things that you might feel or say get manipulated or taken out of context to an extreme degree. Um, there's among the gang stalkers a high amount of fascism, racism, um, uh, particularly hear it on V2K a lot about just their demeanor, and the things that they say. How you can discern their mental state towards racism or sexuality or uh, political views. As it is for me, the people that are usually on there attacking me on V2K, if you mention anything Trump related in a bad light, they tend to cry for hours and whine and do their thing. And I hear them trying to shame Biden all the time and this and that, but that's an internet thing. People are doing that everywhere with this idiotic "let's go Brandon" bullshit. Um, uh, but a lot of it stems back to the disinformation that's being propagated around. I mean, like I said, they act on your belief system, and should you be religious or think that they're, you know, men in black or police or government or witches or Freemasons or whatever, um, has to do with implants or things like that. They'll they'll exacerbate that, um, and be contradictory to your opinion, just just to be contradictory, not because they have any proof or any logical rebuttal or debate. It's just that they're being critical of what you're saying, no matter what it is, just to create a confrontation, some kind of emotional reaction, uh, maybe to debilitate your way of thinking about it, and in a less than factual, logical nature that's designed to terminate your dialogue. Uh, as I said, my topic was basically about about the impersonation and uh, the dissent they're trying to create among other, among TIs. And like I said, I see it kind of working because um, when when everybody's calling each other a perp or whatever, that even people you talk to as a target, and it's all of a sudden, you say, oh, I know something now, they're a perp, and or I saw them say something in the chat, or uh, it's just uh, you can tell who's a perp and who's not really a perp. You can pretty much tell by their attitude most of the time. Um, uh, but as far as in an online chat, it's kind of hard to disseminate between um, their emotional well-being or whatever, or whether they're joking or not. I mean, you can't hear it in their voice unless, of course, they're talking to you on a stream or whatever. Uh, and, what what are you trying to apologize about, Johnny? It's all right. It's all right. Never mind. It's all good. Um, I personally understand that throughout the community as a whole, um, every one of us as a target has our own story, and even though there's a lot of similarities, they're not the same. Okay, they're not the same. What's happened to me hasn't happened. Might not have happened the same to you, and targeted for different reasons. I mean, I I understand the apprehension. As far as being able to trust anyone about this issue. I mean, as as from the beginning, it's as bizarre as any Twilight Zone or Outer Limits episode or sci-fi movie could possibly be, and it's other than that, it's happening in real world, and um, don't worry about that. Um, there isn't a lot I can do about it anyway in the first place. But I accept your apology if that helps. Um, but maybe in a sense that kind of accentuates what I'm talking about here about the dissent and the the ability to believe, what's happening to you personally or to me personally. Um, uh, the the overall moral compass that comes from being a target, and on the other end of the spectrum, a gang stalker. They don't think like we do. They're not. um, they live in a different world than we do. Um, Literally. Uh, Hi, Master. How you doing? They have a misconception about their overall importance and self worth. I, I understand that they have a controlling mentality. Um, I witness it every day with my targeting personally, and hearing other people's stories that they aren't. The word people use is empathetic, but I I and narcissistic, but um, I think it's even deeper than that. They have very low self-esteem, and as a whole, I see in the targeted community that even though we as targets are faced with a never-ending diversity, um, with atrocities being, perpetrated against us on a moment-to-moment basis, all day, every day, that we still fight back. And as hard as it is, um, as I've said, I pretty much try to focus on the technology and the tactics and the psychology of their game. Um, as it appears to me, the weirdest part of all of the gang stalking, all the perpetrating, and what you have to deal with, and in my personal view, and from what I've seen, the weirdest part is the ability they have to maintain it. Um, and by maintain it, I mean their ability to just continue to go on about the stalking and about how horrible they are. And this is coming from like V2K, or basically the extreme nature that the perpetrators have in regular chats, that they just feel like they can do nothing wrong and they can continue to do it. And if you understand what I mean, the ability to just be shitty people in a continuous fashion, um, and never receive any kind of punishment or reprimand for their actions. But should you breathe wrong and uh, step on a crack and break your mother's back, per se, which is a nothing thing, um, you're shunned for like forever over it. Whereas they can fucking kill people. They're killing people. They can rape people. Um, constant harass people. Steal everything that they can get their fucking hands on, and walk around with like ha ha da da da. I'm a gang stalker. I can do whatever the hell I want to you, and no one's ever gonna do shit, because that's what's happening. That's the way I see it, anyway. Um, and and the even sadder part is that they can rally people to their cause with just outright lies and innuendo, and I I hope you're getting my point here. I don't want to see us as targeted individuals start doing the same thing to each other, which is what I think they want, and I think that that's what they're trying to orchestrate with all with the impersonation and and you know moles, whatever you want to call it. Because once they're able to do that, which in the end, um, there there's no one really to fight, because they're all one. I mean, if you get what I mean, uh, they're everywhere, even among us. And it it comes back to the trusting. Um, because when you're looking at your ally and you stop trusting your ally, then you no longer have an ally on either front. You don't know who your enemies are anymore. But that's part of what I'm talking about right there, Tip. They like that right there. They like the community not to talk. Um, they've they've came into my chat, and hi Will. Let's welcome Will to the chat. Hi Will. Um, they've
Hey,
come into
what's up? What's up, everybody?
they've come into my stream and my chat and threatened me to take down my videos and stop talking about my gang stalking. My being stalked, or literally in the chat threatened to kill me and just harassment. And like I said, they don't get any reprimand. I mean, I report the stuff. I reported it, but um, any other community, if it seems anyway. It seems on YouTube, if someone's being harassed and they say something about it, something's done about it. But it's with us, even though it's blatant shit right in front of you, they ignore it. I mean, if you understand, they don't they don't they act like it's a non-issue because they're already a target, and we don't care. So we're just going to condone them harassing. We're going to condone them harassing you, Will. They're going to condone them coming into your chat and saying, "Fuck you, buddy.
And you just kick them out, give them the
We're going to
boot.
fucking kill you."
Boot them motherfuckers out of there. Boot them.
You
Boot them.
know, you know. Um, they want to change a cucumber into a pickle like them. We have to support each other. They got me in the wrong state of mind for a long time. I'm not surprised, bud. I am not surprised. There you go. Sister
Bam.
19OL
Sister
dot
R19
online.
LOL dot online. Ban. Ban that from it.
Nadia's Taviz. And that's going to be the only comment from Nadia's Taviz.
See ya. Bye.
I don't block them. I don't block them. I don't delete their comments. Um, I used to hide some people. I hid some people for a little while, and from my channel, so they couldn't comment. But then I unhid them, and I'm not going to go that route anymore because it doesn't matter how many of them you hide. There's always going to be 10 more behind them.
Them damn trolls, I tell you. Them damn trolls are ruthless.
Ruthless trolls, you got it.
We have
See
to
what
get to
Master
the
of Mental Martial Arts says. We have to get to a place where we trust people and don't trust people at the same time. It's like a blank slate state of mind. Well, it's like the old adage: fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Um, because you can't control a person that's gonna, for lack of a better term, fuck you over. But if you do have control of not allowing that person to be able to fuck you over again by getting back into your life. Um,
It's kind of like I call it flippity flop. They flip flop to the other side and come back.
flip,
Flippity flop.
flippity flop. Oh, yeah, I was talking earlier about your earlier stream that I wasn't able to be there. With Matthew Choi. Um, I, I I I say a lot of the things that he says because I'm in the same type of framework as him about the whole issue.
Cool. I like it. Like his work.
Um, but it's my personal opinion. He didn't do anything to anybody. He was set up, and
For sure.
I'm of that opinion because this whole time through my targeting, they've been trying to set me up for shit. Everything they can think of. I mean,
Same here.
they call me a murderer, a rapist, this and the other shit, and all
They
this other
push
stuff.
and they push and they
And they
push.
push and they push and they push their crap all the time. And I highly doubt he did a damn thing. He might not even have been in the cab. He might not have
Exactly. He
ever
looks he
seen
looks
that cab.
very trustworthy and innocent to me.
And um, I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's very uncharacteristic of the person that he has shown himself as in his videos that you know a psycho killer with a meat cleaver.
So somebody
Give
said
me a
he's
break.
doing somebody said he's doing a life term.
Well, yeah, he supposedly killed a taxi
Taxi driver,
driver
yeah.
with a meat cleaver.
I missed the meat cleaver part. I got to go do some
Yeah,
research on him.
it's but
We should do
I
a
don't believe he
fund.
did any of that,
We
and
should do a fund for him. The new lawyer fund to have a retrial. You know what I mean?
because I really don't believe he had anything to do with that because as is with me, um, they 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 do things to uh, gather information, evidence, and stuff they can use against you, like dig through your trash, steal from you, um, take silverware, take your clothes, things that they can use as evidence in a crime.
It's funny you
No,
mentioned the trash.
yes, I am
I caught him.
serious.
I went to work one morning. All the trash I dumped in there was on the parking lot from my room. I took it to work and they dumped it out in the parking lot.
Yeah, and those are things they can use. You know what I mean? They can
Nothing in
use
there.
in
Nothing
the
in the trash.
creation.
That's what's so
It,
funny. They're
they
mad.
can they can use stuff, man. They can use that stuff in an evidence type fashion, even though you had nothing to do with what was going on. Well, I've got this, blah blah blah, and um, they'll do it. I mean, like I said, they've been trying to set me up for stupid shit for a long time now, and I just keep staying. Uh, I don't know how a step ahead of them, but
Well,
uh,
Tip's
at
comment
least I
there.
hope I am.
Addressing Tip's comment, you just got to watch what you're saying in the chats. That's all. You got to go in like you're walking on glass when you go in these chat rooms.
Well,
Be careful.
why do you feel like you shouldn't go on YouTube chats? Um, that in that avenue, you're giving the gang stalkers what they want. You're isolating
Exactly.
yourself.
Go in, but just what you're doing.
You're removing yourself from the community in that way,
Exactly.
and they're able to do like I'm talking about,
Get away with it. Get away with
and say
murder.
whatever or do whatever to you they want to do. Um, like when I was off the internet, I had no internet and no computer, and I was off the internet. They were impersonating me and talking shit about me and doing videos impersonating me. So if you remove yourself from the equation, they're going to put another plus sign, a
Yeah, I
plus
just
one
came
in your
from a
place.
3 hour live stream. This drama community, my lord, they got it bad so bad compared to what we got. They have
What do they
awards.
have so bad?
They have awards for the person who met this person, the cock of the year, and the
Well,
idiot of the year. And they have all these awards for the people in YouTube. The bad people and the good people. I think I'm doing it for the TI community.
well, I've talked about that before about how in the drama
Yeah, the crime thing.
true crime
Yeah,
community.
same thing. Same thing as this.
Yeah, they're just being assholes to each other, and they're doing it, and they're able to
They're doing it
clap
for fun.
back.
They're doing it for fun.
They're able to clap back, and they're doing it for views. They're not actually, going so. I don't think going so far as to, you know, infiltrate people's minds and fuck with their entire families like they do us.
Yeah, the worst thing they do is they go to people's houses, and they'll leave like posters up outside as far as they go.
Um,
They don't do any personal per
I,
se gang stalking or anything.
I agree with you, Tip. There's not there's a lot more targeted individuals, male and female, that don't and won't talk about what's happening to them. So if you say statistically speaking, the number of targeted individuals, just going by the community we have here of people that actually talk like you and me and Will and other people that are in the chat that voice their stories, you can probably multiply that by 10.
20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are those that aren't going
Lurkers.
to talk about it
Right, a lot
because
of lurkers out there.
they don't want to be branded as paranoid. They don't want to be shunned any more than they're already being shunned by society at the moment.
They don't be attacked.
That's just it. They're gonna be attacked anyway, and they feel like why
Yep.
why exacerbate it?
You have to look at it this way. You've already been burned this bad. What else could go wrong? What else could be worse? That's the way I
Well,
look at it.
you saw? Did you see my messages to you about what happened to me this morning and how my rebuttal to it caused them to actually physically scream at me outside
Is that
today?
the one? Is that the neighbors? The neighbor deal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I missed the end of it. What happened? What was the result? Did they latch back at you?
Oh, they haven't said anything else
Okay.
since I said I could.
Who's it? Rhonda? Is that her name? Rhonda?
Yeah. Well, that's one of them. That's not who was yelling, but
Gotcha.
um, it was
You got,
one of the it was one of the males in the neighborhood that was yelling at me,
you got to film that
talking
crap.
about, "Do you even know how to fight?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm sure I could probably put your fucking teeth out, but I don't know about. I mean, I'm not a martial arts fucking expert, but I'm sure I could fucking bust you in the jaw once or twice."
Yeah, it's bad that things have to get to this point. You know what I mean? I know what you're saying. We already got enough bullshit going on. And you get some idiot.
But it was like I said, I'm done letting them, bully me in my own fucking neighborhood right here,
How far do
and
they live? How far?
no, not a couple houses.
Okay.
It's not far away, and that's a horrible thing. You can't do shit about it because I mean, even with the evidence that I presented, it's just like it's a non-issue.
Right.
When a cop, that's at your gate and you're talking to says, "Oh, we can't do anything about death threats."
Do they do any like sabotage to your property?
Um, yeah. Well, I haven't had a water heater in a year.
Okay, and they got access to that water heater somehow.
Well, the manager.
Ah, gotcha. So you got no hot water. Oh my
Nope.
god. Fuck.
We heat water up in a pan to
Oh
take a
my
fucking
god.
bath.
That's gonna be horrible. I mean, I could think of worse thing, but
Well, it could be worse. I could be,
outside.
I could be living in a cardboard box, like be
Well,
homeless, or
right. That's what I said earlier. If
um,
you're not homeless, you got a roof over your head. It's one of the 5 things I listed.
I don't know if you've seen what's happened to her, but Tara Wood's going through a hell of a lot of problems with it. I mean, they've got her homeless.
Wow.
Yeah, and messing with her, and she's homeless. They they don't give a fuck if you have anything. They want you to have. They want you dead.
Oh, yeah,
They don't care. They want you dead.
they don't necessarily want you dead. They want you to suffer
Yeah,
to you,
yeah.
kill yourself.
They want you to disappear, and in any way they can do it.
It's a game to them. I think they have a score sheet.
I mean,
They
I'm sure
track
they
it.
do. I'm sure they do. They're
Played
always talking about, "Ooh, I won that one. I won that one.
Yep.
Ooh, I just got paid." I hear that all the time
Yeah,
on
it
B2K.
must be a bonus. You know what I mean? They get a bonus when they do a certain
I
act.
mean, when they call you a paycheck, which they call me, um, that 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 means they're they're getting something for fucking you over. I mean, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, I ain't doing it for free.
no, I can't see anybody doing any of this shit for free. That's even that would be even nonsensical for these people. Um, but so you say that the the rackety shopping cart
Oh yeah, I'm watching it
helped
right
your
now.
whining.
I'm watching it right now. It's funny.
Helped your whining.
I fell asleep with the phone in my hand. I have the noise on.
Well,
It drowns out the E sound. The E,
yeah, I had tried the it's called a woodpecker.
Oh
It's a
God, no, I've heard that one.
yeah.
That was
I try.
oh no
That
no.
was early on, and
Oh my God, the
I've listened
woodpecker,
to a couple other ones, and but
the woodpecker.
that stuff just ends up being more annoying
That's
than
worse.
as the whole scenario. Just
She came out with a new video last week, a new version of it. Like, oh no, she got so many views on it. The
if
woodpecker.
anybody else wants to come up here and chat, I think the link's still in there. Unless you want me to put it up, I'll put it up again. Um, Anybody else want to
Yeah,
come
I
in
think
and talk?
martial arts might want to come up.
Uh, Anybody?
Master of mental martial arts. Do you want to
Um,
come to the panel? I've been in
even
panels all day.
even if you're a perping piece of shit and you want to come up here and harass us, like a real
Just
person.
don't scream. My ears are shot.
Um, yeah, I mean, I, I don't, I don't know for sure exactly what kind of benefit that that gives to me, but it makes me feel good when I'm able to um, confront my aggressors. If you get what I mean, I mean when you're a target and you're not able, you're not able to defend yourself. Like I see, I'm using names, but um, Kevin Christian is,
Oh God.
always talking about that. You need to be able to defend yourself. I mean, I understand him. I understand the premise that you're being physically attacked, terrorized, and you have how do you fight back? How do you, I mean, your outlet. Where is your your constructive outlet in the face of this adversity? Because you can't get help from the police.
Nope.
You can't get help from lawyers. You can't get help from
Family. Nobody.
anybody. Okay, so really,
You're on your
so
own. Here we are.
yeah, so it's you are in, okay, for lack of a better term, you're standing in a circle and you're surrounded by these people, and it's like you're surrounded by ghosts that who do you who do you confront?
It's like
So,
you're in your own prison.
and even if you know who they are, as I know who several of mine are,
Well, me too.
that they won't do anything in the light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
It's all behind the scene crap.
and um, I just uh, I have had them. Actually, they have came and verbally, assaulted me and actually physically assaulted me before, but um, never laid a finger on me. So I waited. I waited for the hatchet that the little bastard was wielding, or that the other neighbors were talking on the other side of the gate, but they didn't ever do anything, and I'm not gonna be the assailant, because that's what it would happen to be. If you physically did something to them first, right? Right. You're the aggressor now,
Oh yeah.
regardless of how much of the harassment that they've done to you. If you lay a hand on them and walk up and punch them in the mouth for out of the
Yeah,
blue,
they're gonna be recording it.
you're gonna be the one going to jail.
Cops are probably right around the corner.
Yeah, they're gonna be waiting,
Set up.
because that's the setup. They want you to act out first. Because I have been confronted more than once, and they talk a lot. They blah 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 and bitch and bitch and bitch and cry and do all that stuff, but never laid a finger on me. Run their mouths, and say some of the stupid shit they can say, but at least I can talk back to that. But until they laid a finger on you, you don't you don't want to you don't want to aggress.
So the neighbors now. Well, how far do you think they're involved?
all the way,
All the way. Okay, that's not good.
all all
I
the
had
way.
that. I already had that. I had to move. It was so bad. That means
Uh,
you can't sleep at
it
night.
didn't help though, did it?
For a month. I had
Well,
30 days.
now you don't know who, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They're doing it in such a way to you now that you have no idea
yeah.
which it possibly could be.
Right. They're attacking
So
it really bad through the internet. Real bad. I mean,
that's why I say don't leave your familiar surroundings for and in the hopes that they're going to leave you alone somewhere else because they're
right. And
not
just
going
follow
to.
you. No, they're not.
And they're gonna have to be able to start all over again.
They might even
And
double
yeah,
up on you.
and you're not gonna have a clue who, what, when, why, or
Right.
where.
I guess all you can do
It'll be
is
a whole different group of people now.
build your place so that you live like a fort. Have it heavily guarded.
Um,
Your wife must be going through hell with all this crap too.
he's probably in his mom's basement screaming up for a juicy juice right now. Odyssey.
I haven't
Um,
seen Chief Handler in probably 2 weeks.
Now that you said he who shall not be named's name, which I was trying to stay away from,
Right.
the bastard's going to show up. The bastard or
So,
whatever, the
oh, Mosley
bitch,
or
whatever. No, the name you just used.
okay, gotcha.
He's not going to. He, she, whatever is not going to be the topic of my show
No,
ever.
no.
Fuck that little worm parasite piece of shit.
There's too many fake ones out there copying the other one.
Well, see that kind of goes along with what I'm talking about with the impersonation. Um, he she whatever has a following of people that are trying to imitate him now.
Right.
And it's always
And it
been
screws up
there's
the whole
a group.
community.
There's a huge group of the perps on, and I'm not bullshitting you. For every one of us TIs, there's 20 perps right here.
Yeah, I know
Okay,
that's for sure. On Facebook,
for
probably 50.
every one of us, yeah.
Like
There's
this Facebook group.
at least 20 perps.
Facebook group is 10,000 people, and I think 8,000 of them are perps.
Um, and it's not going to get any better. So if anything, they're going to recruit more morons to their to their plight, whatever. Um, but you you know, have you got something to say about the impersonation topic? I mean, like I've
No,
told you,
it's been
I've
pretty
got
quiet.
videos.
It's been
I
pretty
don't know if
quiet.
you've looked at any of my videos really, and some of the evidence that I have presented that's actual physical evidence. Well, not just bullshit, fucking hearsay, not imagined stuff, and
What you need to do is
things that I can't prove.
do a
But
stream with like your best top 10 or something, and do a stream with them. You know what I
well,
mean? Really?
I've already done one of those where I put a lot of my evidence up
Okay.
in one
Got
basket,
you.
and uh, like I said, that still doesn't do it. I mean, the Facebook hacking, the 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 profile creation, that has me listed as deceased, um, the mail fraud, the changing of my address on at SoCal Edison, all that kind of shit. Messing with my credit, all those things. Those are real tangible things. Hacking, cyber stalking, um, physical assaults, things like that. Real shit. That's not one light perps. That's not a fucking helicopter flying around. You know what I mean? It's not people talking about you in the distance. That's real shit, and it doesn't make a difference. If you get my point. There you go. Now that's very good. Mom, where's my juicy juice? Uh, But like I said, you don't. Do you search yourself? Have you done a Google search on yourself? Looks like we've lost you. Are you still here, Will? Do you still hear me? Anybody, give me a one in the chat if you can still hear me, or Will
Yeah,
maybe.
I had to go take a leak. I'm right back. I just
Oh,
got
okay.
back.
I was just asking you, have you ever searched yourself?
Yep. It's funny you mentioned it yesterday. I'm open book on the internet. I don't even want to talk about it. It's horrible. Oh my
What do
god.
you? What do
They
you?
know where I work and everything. It's right laid out. I can't mention
Yeah.
it on here, but I got to do
Well,
some work.
that's what I'm saying. You searched yourself and you found out stuff even you didn't know, didn't you?
Exactly. Everything's laid out on one page.
Thank you,
They
honestly.
know where
Thank
I
you for
work.
that.
Everybody knows where I work.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's pointless to use a fake name here, if you get me.
Oh yeah.
Pointless because everybody that's out to get you already knows everything about you.
Right. They have that thing called the Truth Finder. They can find anything. I used it on somebody and found
Oh yeah,
everything.
yeah. Well, that's
You pay like $9 or something.
I just searched my own name, and that's how I found that that profile that I'm supposed to be dead on, and all that shit, and among other things. And I found I'm a fantasy football player, um, and as I've said before, my name is obscure enough that there's only 171 schmears in the world, right? In the
Right,
world,
right, right.
and there are two Scott schmears other than me in Southern California.
See, what really ruined this whole thing is, Facebook, reunite with your friends and use your real name, has damaged our country. Our privacy has been invaded by Facebook. That's where it all started.
But one of them, one of the people with my name plays for the LA Galaxy or played for the LA Galaxy, the soccer team.
Okay, I don't know who they were.
And like I said, they have a fantasy football profile for me. Um,
What do you think it is? Why are they targeting you? What do you think their reason is?
I've already said why. I
Uh,
know why.
the material, the stealing your material.
Yeah, that's how it started, I think. But I think it escalated like when I talked about on Drawn and Quartered episode 45 when I blatantly caught them, stealing my idea. And I called them out. I call them fucking thieves right on their show.
I wonder how they find you to begin with. That's the whole thing. Where did it all start? It's like my thing.
I really don't know.
That's the problem.
uh, I don't
Where did
know.
it all start? My
Um,
God.
but like I said, I'm sure mine started 20 years ago. It's just that it's been in the back burner,
Same here.
and since I've become aware of it, they went harder and overt
I've been in
and just
magazine
don't care anymore.
articles. My name's been in magazine articles, like 10 of them. So I'm like public figure.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
In Oklahoma, um, someone with my last name was accused of murder and this is shit
What is it with
and other shit.
Oklahoma? Like all my Facebook friends are from Oklahoma. Like 90% of them. I swear to God, it's weird. What's the big deal with Oklahoma?
I don't know. Um,
It's odd.
I don't know. Maybe it's the water. I don't know. I
They all
don't know.
live in Oklahoma. Yeah, maybe it's the FBI headquarters. Who knows?
Um, I don't know. Uh, maybe that's where the fusion centers were started or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
The
Um,
Fusion Center.
um, I really don't know, but
So,
let's
how was your
see.
day today?
The USA keeps everything public information. Never give away your last name online. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a target; they already know it.
Oh yeah, no hiding that.
It does. It doesn't matter if you try and hide it. Your information is all public anyway. Your phone number is public. Your address is public. Your criminal history is public, whether you want it to be or not. All of your information, your banking information, it's all public. Did you know
I
that?
know. Yeah, yeah.
It's all public.
Bullshit.
Everything you do on the internet, it it goes from you to the site you're looking at. Well, while it's in transit, it's
The
public.
server.
Anybody can see it.
Yep,
Anybody
goes
can
to the
see your
server.
emails. They can see your instant messagings, your voice chats, all that shit. While it's in the air along the unless you're using end-to-end encryption, which is not likely because both parties have to be using it. Everything you do online can be watched.
Exactly.
Everything. Last night when you were on Pornhub, watching
Oh
Pornhub,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
agree.
they were watching it too.
It's all being stored on the cloud. All the information.
And whether you want to believe it or not, every phone call you make, the NSA's got it.
Oh yeah.
Everything. Every text message you put on Facebook, everything about you is all on there.
Yeah, facial recognition, fingerprints, everything. They can find you in a minute.
Oh yeah, well that's just it. When they say there's a nationwide manhunt and they can't find so and so,
I
I
can't.
don't
That's what I
understand that.
know. Like these people that get lost in the woods, they can't find them. It's like that's weird.
But I just don't understand that.
People go missing. How do they go missing?
I mean, yeah, but it's back to the topic. We're getting off the topic. So, um, did you find anything where anybody was impersonating you, or were you just saying that
No, no, nobody
they were using
impersonated.
your name
Nope. I mean, no, nobody's done that to me.
that you
Mm.
know of, right?
Well, there's a couple on the drama sector. They used my sock account, my fake account. They copied that and they were using it.
Well,
But
that's
that's a different thing.
impersonation.
Yeah,
That's
they did it once.
impersonation, though.
Yeah,
That's
I felt
impersonation.
flattered. I felt flattered. Somebody actually did it once.
They weren't doing it to flatter you,
No, no, they're using it to hurt somebody else,
but
infiltrate.
that was hurting you.
No, I know, it hurts my image.
Yeah,
Right,
even though you didn't have anything to do with it,
right,
they were just distracting people from them by using you and
right. They were
hurting you.
called out and they were caught, so it's all good. I don't think this community's gotten too far yet, like that other one has, but
Now,
I'm
just like
sure.
yeah, just like Odyssey says right there, normal hackers have found missing people in a matter of days who've been missing for years. When the FBI and these so-called investigators haven't found a fucking clue in 10 years,
Yeah, I think
and
they want them
uh,
missing.
you know,
They want them to
and
disappear.
and someone like anonymous, gets on their computer for 10 minutes and says, "Oh, I know where they're at. Here, go find these fuckers. They're right here."
Yeah, and the FBI is supposed to be the best. Give me a break.
Well, if they actually did what they were slated to do, sometimes, I mean, telling people that you're going to investigate and then just sticking it in a file and never looking at it again—that's not investigation.
Yeah, I filled out mine, and all they cared about is if there was a crime with over like $20,000. How much
It's
money.
money.
That's all
Yeah,
they care about.
if you go on the IC3S website, right,
Yeah, I did it.
and you submit a tip like I have, if you don't have a monetary value, they're
Yeah,
not going to do
they
jack
just
shit.
put in the trash. They want the
They're
credit card, the
probably
bank
never going to
information,
look at
all
it.
this stuff. It's got to be. You got to put the bank information even on
Yeah,
there.
if you, yeah, you, it's like you have to do all the investigation. You say, oh well, who did it? How much
Yeah,
money they
yeah,
steal?
yep, yep.
Where do they live? And it's like, motherfucker, that's your job. You're the investigators. I'm telling you there was a crime. You're supposed to investigate it. That's why they pay you.
No, they're
They
not
don't
doing their
pay.
job.
They don't pay you to have people come in and give you the whole fucking information and then say, oh, we take credit because we investigated.
They didn't
You
do
know,
shit.
no,
Nothing.
they don't.
None of
That's
them
just
do.
the point. Um,
I went to the cops back in my old apartment building about the hacking. They go, oh, you got to have proof that
and
you
they didn't
hired.
do shit, right?
No,
And
no.
you haven't
It was
heard
like
nothing
a
about it.
no, no. It was like a
You're
cry
not going
wolf,
to.
and then and if you go to him again, they go, "Oh, this guy's crazy." He says
So they
thinks
say,
he's being hacked.
you've already came to us about
Yeah,
this. Yeah,
yeah.
and you didn't do shit. So I'm
No,
back.
they do not care. We got other
And
things to worry about
if
than a hacker.
if somebody isn't killed, raped, or stolen from, and you got a money value, they don't care. You
Exactly.
know, but I don't know. I just um, like I said, we as targets know they've killed people, right? You know they've literally executed people with this shit. Through the soft kill method or the no the no touch method.
The silent kill.
Good night tip. Um, but that's just the way it's happened. I don't since we really don't have anybody else's experiences or information. I pretty much exhausted all I was going to say about the matter. But do you have something you'd like to talk about?
I just saw this article popped in my box. It was weird. Just came in now about gang stalking
What's that?
on Reddit. The gang stalking. Let me see if I can type it in the chat. Let me see if it'll fit.
Well, if you can give me the link, I'll pop it up
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you might need a Reddit account to get it, but let me see.
I don't have a Reddit account.
Okay, so it probably won't work. Let me just I'm going to try to type some of it in there.
Do it in the private.
Yeah, okay.
You can put it in private, I think,
Yeah.
and I might be able to click it.
Oh, the link? Okay. Well, I'll put the information in there. Let's see. I'm going to try to put the link in. See, it's kind of interesting.
I'll just read it. How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Gang stalking is part of human experimentations conducted by the state.
I think your mic went out.
Gang stalking is part
There
of
you go.
human experimentation conducted by the state. The reason we come from all walks of life is because they need a representative sample of individuals from all socioeconomic and ethnic groups to make robust conclusions for cross-sectional longitudinal research.
This is all brand
Their
new. Just
theory
posted.
too, those individuals involved in gang stalking are future apparatchiks being groomed for high-level positions in the government and corporations. After all, by being intimately involved in the program, use sounds like you may think it sounds like Illuminati grooming, but targets are subjected to Illuminati like mind control. Insofar as passive programming, we could argue that some of us are in a behavior and belief modification, whether they believe in religion or not, whatever they want us to experience in this perception management operation. Both theories can be true. This is a system probably used.
Yeah, that covers the whole topic of what I just posted in the private there, so you can just go all the way down and it'll end it. That segment.
This is a system probably used for multiple purposes. Perhaps they get benefits for participating, mostly to affect us, like showing they get benefits. I think both of your theories are quite plausible. I often refer to organized stalking as involuntary psychological experimentation. In my harassment, there is definitely an element of behavior modification going on. It appears they are basically trying to change who I am as a person, my values, my beliefs, my appearance, my outlook on life, basically everything about me. They also seem to be trying to brainwash me into doing things that are out of my character, brainwashing to the point of mind control. I'm sure that's probably what it says. Why give a crap? Why give a crap? Well, when they are inevitably exposed, they need to be charged. They have already begun dripping the crimes out into the news. However, they use every possible method to cover their tracks using predicates for their crimes. We did it because of X, fragment the revelations, euphemisms, the program, euphemize the program, speak in generalities. When we know that there is some Nazi level crimes against humanity going on, like invasive and non invasive human experimentations for various criminal programs. Yeah,
That was
like
from
I
Reddit.
was
That's from the gang stalking channel on Reddit. I get them in my mail every day.
like I was mentioning earlier about the the predicates as far as the appearance of racism and uh, Nazi ideology, uh,
Yeah, the perps will use
uh,
that
Aryan type scenarios, but
profiling.
it goes deeper than that because not I mean I'm not saying that all gang stalkers are white dudes, right? Because they're not. Um,
My mole was Indian. The guy was in my work.
the proxy is it doesn't have to do with your race, creed, or religion or your sex. They all have a
Oh, you are a
desire to
target.
control. Yeah,
Target. Control the target.
and uh, like Matthew Choice has spoke of, and I've spoke of before, it has to do with your belief system and what what you personally um, are interested in. What what is most important to you, right? Say if it's your religion, or say in my case artwork and music, or um, uh, say you're a scientist, or something like that. Things that have a deep meaning for you personally. I mean, like if you're spiritual or uh, that type of thing, and they're going to attack that. That's the whole scenario. They're going to attack your, for lack of a better term, your soul, and that those things are what are connected to your personal soul. Your your inner light being, whatever. What makes you you.
Yeah, I got to the point where we're a little bit off topic here, but the hacking and the internet and trying to figure out who's doing it, I gave up probably 6 months ago. I just got tired of trying to do what SHP's doing. It's a
I
battle.
understand.
It's a battle you're
I
not going to win. I bought
I
new
understand.
I bought new computers, new parts. It's the same result every time. 4 years with the computers.
I mean, up until a couple weeks ago, I was researching new stuff as much as I could every day about it, and I've kind of taken a break from that.
Burn your
Ma-
time
ma-
up.
mainly because we were trying to talk about doing another project together, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe change up the game for these
Yeah, it's the
fucking
same
worms.
game over and over, and you got to come up with something new.
But um, the reason why I think we are trying to do what we were talking about is because of what's going on right now, um, with the dissent, and the you said something that someone didn't agree with, and in a chat, and now they're calling, oh, you're not a TI, you're a fake TI, blah blah blah, the fighting amongst ourselves.
I
So
got this. I
they
got this.
they
I got this.
they don't.
I hate to interrupt you. I'm going to try to post this in the back. This is the thing about V2K. It's the actual computer screen for 2017. It shows the system. This guy
Well,
says,
the reason what I'm saying is that they
oh,
don't need to be the enemy anymore. The gang stalkers don't need to be the enemy if we're fighting each other.
check that link in there where I just posted in the private. It's a bizarre ass link.
Okay.
It's a recording of mind control. It shows the system that records it. It's wild. I might screenshot it.
Oh, hold on.
It's called "They Use
Oh,
the L Band," unlisted by the FCC. This is fucking cool. I just found it in this group.
I'll share it.
I don't think it was a video or anything. It just shows a screenshot of the picture. Oh wow, look at that. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna try to screenshot that. Let's see. Print screen. I'm gonna save this. It's really cool.
Let me see if I can do something here, right?
Yeah, it goes full screen if you click on the image. It's safe. I didn't do anything to my computer, so it's alright to click. I'm gonna save the shot. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna post it in my. Okay, no, the screen did not save. What did I do wrong here? Function.
I'm just trying to split the windows here so I can do both here.
Oh, it's a bitch. I know what you're saying. I had to do it today to get the other monitor.
Okay,
it's in the private chat. It's a photo of what the operation looks like that they're doing.
Let me try and do the slide.
It's like their control panel. It's like an oscilloscope. Copy, edit, paste. This is pretty cool. I'm gonna go put it in my community tab. But you can go ahead and share it on here. I think I got a link to it. Copy.
It's not.
It's called recording. It's called recording of mind control transmission operating in the L band. This is from 2017.
I tried to add it as.
I'm trying to go to my page and put it in there in the community part. Let's see if I can get there.
Here, let me.
Your channel community. I gotta put this thing in here. That's cool as shit.
Here we go. I got this. Watch.
Okay. So it says recording of
control
transmission.
Can you read that?
Hold on, I'm right in the middle of copying it. Copy. It did make my computer go kind of weird sounding. Yeah, that's it. It's that center one. If you click on that, it'll zoom up. Click on the center of that image.
Okay.
It should blow up.
And what?
Just click on the center anywhere.
Recording of what?
That is the recording of mind control transmission in the L band. There you go. They want to remove that guy's comment out of there. Get rid of that comment. But this is from 2017.
Recording of mind control transmission operating in the L band. Next. Oh, that has nothing to do with it. Go back to that.
It's not working?
Oh, wait a minute. What's going on? Okay. Yeah, now it's gone.
It's a weird page.
I don't know what happened. I lost it.
All right. It's a hard one to do.
Here, we'll just do that again. But yeah, it doesn't really say anything. Is there anything it says?
No, there's no video or nothing. It just shows you.
So it has a 72.
But it's a cool
heartbeat and broadcast 24/7 with knows what kind of health effects, maybe even cancer, probably radio, mind control, maybe the microwave auditory effect. So it's basically saying it might have to, this might be a representation of microwave and auditory V2K and mind control
It might be a
broadcast.
screen capture of the unit they're using on people, as I'm saying.
Okay.
It could be part of their program.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can get out. You can get out of there. That page gave me
Yeah, I
trouble
did.
too.
I
I
did.
didn't,
I
I
got
didn't
out
like
of there.
that page either. It's kind of sketchy. I
Um,
clicked on it and made all this weird noise.
well, but when you were
That's creepy.
showing the slides of some of the things that Matthew Choi researched,
Oh yeah. He had a
I,
really good
I
one.
I've mentioned a lot of that stuff. I kind of align with a lot of the stuff that he's brought up, even though I'd never seen that particular uh, group of
Yeah,
slides that he had.
I did some digging this morning. I'm like, I
And
was fascinated. I got mad at that other girl's site where she's trying to sell books. So she had him rebroadcasted way half down the page. I got lucky and found the link. I'm like, well, who's this guy?
but the only videos I had seen was the one where you had where he was talking,
Right, the
and he
first one.
and and then another one that uh, was just before that. But I'd never seen the one with the slides about how the brain interface works and their
Oh
other
yeah,
stuff.
that was mind
But
blowing.
in my research, I've came to the same conclusions. And I tried pretty much
It's
pretty much
almost like
had the same information.
he knows too much, and they silenced him with a taxi cab
Well,
setup.
that's what I'm talking about.
Nobody has
And
that information that good that I've come across. I'm
well,
surprised YouTube is still up.
uh, they the the gang stalkers are always telling me like how do you know this? How do you know that? How do you know that? And it's like because I read and I use my fucking brain and I like use critical thinking and try to put things together. Um, um, when I mentioned about the uh, uh, things that I've mentioned about like yeah, I'm not going to say it.
Well, I know what
About
you mean.
2000.
Yeah.
And
The crumble. We'll call it the crumble.
yeah, and um, the things that I've seen that maybe I should not have seen. Um, I don't know. They give me the impression that like you're saying, I know stuff that I'm not supposed to know. You know what I mean? But and I keep digging for more. And like I said today, they hadn't done that in that what I was talking to you about with the actual verbal, not
Right.
V2K harassment um, in a long time, and they came off with it this morning today. Um, I don't know if it has to do with that video and putting a name on some motherfuckers, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I saw a comment back in my video I did earlier today. The guy wants to know if there's a playbook. We have to find the playbook.
There is a playbook. There is a
Yeah.
scenario.
Do you have the copy of it? I have one somewhere, but I don't think it's their
Well,
playbook. It's a
well,
TI generated playbook.
okay. Back early on, when when they when they first started blatantly letting me know they were targeting me, they sent me a PDF on my Facebook
Really?
called "The Last Starfighter," and I never looked at it. Right? I never looked at it. Right? And uh, they said, well, how do you know? How do you know this is what we're going to do to you? Blah blah blah. If you never looked at that kind of shit. Um, I've since tried to pull up that PDF, but it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I have a bunch of files that are gone. Hard
Um,
drives that
they
go.
they wrote a book about me and my family and blah blah blah.
Really? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and I linked it to my Facebook, and 5 minutes after I mean, like within the 5 minutes it took me to link it to my Facebook, I went back to download it, and it was gone.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but they do have it in for me. I'm absolutely, I mean, it's not that I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, if I disappear, blah blah blah, but
I was
um,
like that not too long ago. Believe me.
I'm never going to get
Um,
there.
I got to that point about 6 months ago. I made copies of all the files I had. I mailed them to police departments, my mom. I just felt like I was at the end of my rope, and somehow I got through it. It
I
was
think
really
I,
bad.
I think I've told one or two people that if I disappeared, this is who you want to talk to.
Right.
But I'm not going to sit here and do a whole show about it.
Oh no.
Oh no, they're coming after me. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if I'm going to be here in a month. Blah blah blah. I'm not going to do that shit. Um, not going to go for that. But
But as TNT said, or raw knowledge now, it's the same content regurgitated, and that's what really made me go digging this morning. I'm like, what? Why is this not? These people that I showed in that video, 255 of them are not TIs anymore in our community. They disappeared. They're like not active. Where do they all go?
well,
255 TIs disappeared from our community.
um, yeah.
That's what really baffles
Uh,
me. I saw one on
well,
there. I think one. Aaron's the only one I saw that I knew. The Aaron
I've
girl.
I've had a couple that I used watch their channels regularly and haven't heard anything from them whatsoever in
Like,
a long time.
like that filthy Wilson guy. You knew who he was, didn't you? He wore a mask.
No.
Oh, well, he was going to expose Facebook, and the next day all his videos are gone. He's off YouTube. He told me he had something big. That was the last time I heard of him.
Well,
Yeah,
that's a weird thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
It's just strange.
but I think I'm gonna go for another couple minutes here, and since we don't really have anything else to go on with, I'm gonna reiterate what I was talking about.
What I'm going to do is I'm
Uh,
going to take a quick leak, and I'll come back and we'll wrap it up if you want.
should you be a targeted individual,
I'll be right back.
do a Google search on your own self, and um, I know as a target, if you're having issues, if you are having issues, you'll notice an influx of not having as many phone calls, not getting as much mail, not having as much interaction with places that you normally get regular, you know, confirmations from. You need to check those things, and because these people will uh, cause problems for that stuff. They've done it with me, and I had to keep a head on it. And they'll do it to you too. That's all I'm just gonna say. Um, but just search yourself and try and protect your identity, because that's part of what they're after. Uh, Things that have to do with you personally, and you might even find out some things like I found out about myself, where they created totally fictitious things about you. You might find, um, and document those, that you might find the things that they created and whatever manipulated. Like I've lived here for 10 years now, and they've manipulated the way that looks online. Uh, they had someone else supposed to be living here in 2016 and 2017, and no one else has lived here except for me and my wife. Um, and they manipulated our address and all kinds of stuff, and things like that. Just you need to be aware of what they're trying to Frankenstein fraud you as, or however they're trying to manipulate your identity, your personal property, your intellectual property, things that are that are conducive to you personally, um, because they will do whatever they can to ruin that. So that being said, I don't know if Will's back yet. I'm gonna wait for him to come back, and then we'll probably close out. Uh, but um, monitor your own identity, because no one else is going to do it for you. Because like I said, I'm fully aware that they've impersonated me on many occasions, and you might be a victim of that as well as a target. Most likely are, but you might not know it, and you might need to find out. And it sounds like Will's back.
I heard it, huh? He
Yeah.
dropped it.
Uh, but as I was saying, if monitor yourself and find out exactly everything about you is still you. And anything you'd like to add before I close out that show, Will? Say, promote yourself or whatever you want to do. Promote your channel.
Just tell everybody to buckle down. It's going to be a rough ride ahead. Tomorrow is always a new day. That's all you got to look forward to. We're breathing, we're alive, and yeah, that's about all I have. And make sure everybody
Right.
gets a good sleep. Everybody get a good sleep.
Raw knowledge was asking, say five positive things.
Yeah, I did it on my stream.
Well, I'll say some of my. Well, if a few if I can't come up with five. First one is going to be try to reconnect with your family, because I really don't believe, in my personal opinion, that your family would have anything to do with this. Two, um, report this stuff even though you don't have an inclination to, for your own personal well being and your own records. Um, don't be afraid to talk about it, because this is an experience that you are dealing with, and you're the only one who can tell your story. um, and four, uh, people say don't trust anyone. I say keep your keep your trust guarded, but don't keep it so guarded that you alienate people that do have your back. And number five, I would say, is keep your wits about you, stay strong, and if you see stuff, say stuff. That's about my five right there. I
There
think
you
those
go.
are positive.
I
I
can
think
think
that's
of
positive.
100 negative ones. But we're not going down.
Oh well, yeah. I could sit here and give you negatives about this
We
shit all
just
day,
got
but
some
I
more
would.
viewers in, Scott. Are you ready to close? We got another viewer in.
We don't have to.
We can go a
We
little
don't
bit
have
longer.
to if you want to.
I could stay till how's like 10:30 ish.
Okay,
How's the
well
wife doing?
we can stay for another 10 or
Yeah,
20 minutes if you
I
want.
got my ice cream up here. I'm all set. I don't have to go anywhere. I did my bathroom run. Got my ice cream. I'm golden. I get this big problem with ice cream. I swear.
Yes, how are you dealing with your gang stalking? Come up here and tell us. I haven't seen you do a video in a while. I'm sure you probably have some insight you'd like to impart to people, and you're more than welcome to come up here and join our little
Sector, I call them. We're in a sector.
yeah, our little
Woo, woo,
little
woo.
chat session.
Is that your dog?
Yeah, that's my dog.
What kind of dog you got?
Come on up here, Si.
He's barking at them gang stalkers.
Yeah, he's barking at people or something. Probably a possum. Probably barking at the possum outside.
I think they killed our dog. Damn gang stalkers.
What? Well, they will do that.
I mean, our
They
dog was
they
found
will do
drowned in the
that.
pool. The dog was found in the pool drowned. He went to the doggy door. Nobody was home. We came back and found the dog dead in the pool. That dog
That's
never goes near the pool. Never.
that's awful. Yeah, it sounds like
That's
if
about a
he
year
never go,
ago.
if he never did that, then that was orchestrated.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just total bullshit. A lot of people say they go after your pets. I believe it.
uh, there's not a lot. No, I mean, I don't know about how you could go about proving anything like that
Oh,
either.
I know. I know you have to have a camera up, which we didn't.
Come here, monkey.
SSY in the chat says, I have not been documenting anything recently. And I really have stopped on mine as well because I'm so burned out on it.
So, are they? I don't ever remember you saying, Si, or do they V2K you all the time, or are you dealing with that? You dealing with the RNM all the time? Any of that kind of stuff,
Street
or do you
theater,
just,
mobbing.
or do you just have the people accosting you in mobs on the street or stuff like that? They fuck with your work or whatever.
Constant full harassment.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. The no touch torture in full force. Uh, like I said, mine's been going on. This is going on year number 4. How's yours? How many years have you been dealing with it,
It
Will?
started late 2015.
So you've been dealing with it for longer than that.
Yep. Probably 6 months or
But
so.
you don't get V2K.
No.
You've never got the V2K.
No messages. Nope. I get the
I,
fucking
that
ringing headache.
V2K and RNM is constant.
I get
Just
the
constant.
ringing, the constant ringing. Some nights I can't sleep. It rings and it keeps me up. It's like you're a wide awake ghost. You don't know what to do with yourself.
See, Sai says the same thing. He gets the constant V2K. What exactly do they say to you? Let me hear what they say to you. I mean, I would like you to verbally come up here and say what they say to you. It's a lot easier to do than chat because it's constantly I hate you, we hate you, everybody hates you, we want to kill you, you're a piece of shit, you're this and that, you're a cocksucker, you're an asshole, blah blah blah. We're gonna come to your house and kill you and all that shit. Is it basically the same?
I'm gonna make my own B2K machine and get them back.
Do they try to tell you that your artwork is theirs? I know you draw quite a bit. That they try to tell people that I've been copying their music and that I've been copying their artwork when in fact they're copying mine and stealing mine. And any other ideas I have that pertain to like innovations and inventions, I've had them steal a few of those. But intellectual property, and in my case, is of high importance to them, and they always trying talk shit about my wife, my family, my friends, how horrible I am, how horrible my family is. I'm like, fuck, you don't know my family, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think this V2K thing is very expensive. I'm looking at a
I,
couple of
I
things.
really don't know. I think it's just I think it's a computer application, and
Through the AI,
and,
like he was talking about.
and all it needs is a mesh network or some kind of network to piggyback on, like an RF or I'd researched SDR for software defined radio
Right,
because you can change the bandwidth. Um, and But the thing about it is with the V2K, they can focus on a person with different wavelengths. So they have to have a way for to keep them all separated. Keep the hundreds or whatever of us separated that they've got on V2K, and maybe that's why they are unable to do everyone at the same time with V2K and R&M because there's only so many bandwidths that are available, if you see what I mean.
right.
And and they put you on like you say, a priority list, you know.
Yeah, we're on the list. And you get some TIs out there saying, well, if you don't think the government's involved, you're a perp. I mean, they come up with these like
Well,
bullshit
that's what I'm
assumptions.
saying. I mean,
What?
that's what I'm talking about. With we need to do what we were talking about somehow. I don't know how we're going to get it done, but we need to weed out these fake ass. We got enough fake ass gang stalkers without having fake ass people fucking with us as targets. You know, you know what I mean?
I was talking to Tony, Tony H,
Yeah.
and she is just like, got this thing idea. I went to her Zoom meeting the other night, and she's going to buy some land somewhere, and we're all going to move in together to this
I had that
houses,
idea too.
but there's no money to do it. To get everybody out of their situation and move to a TI community, we need a funder.
There's also someone else that was trying that too, and he
They
was
all are.
actually on Ella Free Show, and he actually has bought the land, and he's
Really?
got an area built up,
Huh.
um, and was working on purchasing another piece of land with a building and stuff, and um, but my idea was to keep all uh, no it would be a quiet place. There would be no internet. There would be, nothing like that. There might be a landline phone, but there there wouldn't be cable. There wouldn't be any of that shit. It would be a place where you would be able to go for a couple weeks a year for free as a
Right.
target and recuperate and rest and live in a Faraday cage room or whatever if you wanted to and be
Right.
away from anything that could possibly, fuck with you like satellite or whatever. And if you wanted to stay longer, then you'd have to pay a nominal fee to help keep up the place. But
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that initially takes money to start.
That's the problem. Nobody's got this money.
But
She was talking the same thing.
but
We don't make any money.
I guess Cy doesn't really want to come up and talk. So
A lot of people are afraid.
I don't know. I really don't know anymore. I know it's gone. It's a lot of people have gone quiet, and maybe that's what happened when you're talking about when um the other the the earlier group you're talking about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was rampant, and all of a sudden now they're all pretty much silent and not
Not active.
available.
Not active.
I don't know.
Why is that?
Um, why do you ask, Perp Hunter?
Perp Hunter. That's an unusual name. Perp Hunter.
I think Will is more familiar with him than I am. I'm I've never went to his channel. I had someone come in here saying they were targeted Tony and come on my my stream and blurt out a bunch of racial slurs, and I kicked the fucker out. But I don't know if
I've
it was the
never had
same
any
Tony.
personal. I never had any personal problems with him really. It seems like he is on the brink of suicide. To be honest with you.
Well, anyway, if it was somebody that like I said, I think it was probably somebody using his face, his icon, and his name, and came on here and said the N word a bunch of times and called me the N word and said some shit
Oh
to me, and
God.
I just booted him the fuck off. I mean, I flat out said, I said, well, I don't know if this is really you. I don't know, but I don't care, you know.
I don't care anymore. Oh, we got that damn karaoke. I don't care anymore. Dun, dun.
Yeah,
Pep
you see
Hunter
that?
says Tony
See
is
that,
a
Will?
perp.
He says you're a perp too. News. You know,
I haven't been hanging out with Tony probably in a month, but I don't think he comes off as a perp. Perp Hunter must be Conspiracy Underground or one of them with a sock account.
where okay. I'm gonna come to bat for my friend right here, Will. What is your proof that
Tony's a perp.
Ti News or
Well, I
Tony
mean,
are perps? That's that's what me and Will have been talking about is using a voice stress analyzation tool to listen to people and discern whether they're being deceitful and divine whether a duck is a duck or a perp is a perp or a ti is a perp or whatever. That is my idea. How we're going to get it done, I don't know, but that's basically what my topic is about. Is that kind of shit is what's creating dissent in the community of targets. That the gang stalkers don't need to be the enemy if we're fighting amongst
there you
ourselves.
go.
We don't need an enemy if we're fighting amongst ourselves.
They get a day off
They
or a
don't
week.
have to do shit to you because
We're doing it.
we're calling everybody each other a perp. So I'm not going to go there. Not without some kind of proof. I mean, because somebody said something to you and you didn't like what they said, and now they're a perp to you. Well, that's your prerogative. But I'm not going to coin to that shit.
Well, Tony laughs like I do because you get to the point where so many years you can't help but laughing.
Well,
When you're a
well,
newbie target,
Christina
no,
Marie laughs all the time about it.
yeah,
Targeted Journey laughs all the time about it.
right, right.
And whether or not it's nervous laughter or just they don't give a shit anymore, but that doesn't make a person a perp because
No,
you laugh about this shit. I mean, always being uh, melancholy about it and down about it. I don't know, but I'm just of the opinion, and that 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 to me sounds like a scenario for divide and conquer for the gang stalkers to perpetrate against us, where they get a mole that comes in and says, "Oh, he's a perp, she's a perp, he's a perp," when the person saying that the people are perps is a perp. You get me?
usually the one says is it. I'm calling it people perp. That means you're probably the perp saying it. But it gets the community going nowhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's probably part of why everybody's so quiet is because everybody's going around. Oh, he said this, he did that, or I think so and so's this, or I think so and so's that. Um, if that's coming from because of something someone typed in the chat or they said on their page or whatever, uh, that's all fine and good. But if there's no substantial proof, I mean, hearsay doesn't do a lot for me.
They do
I mean,
assuming. What they do is they assume.
I don't know targeted Tony. Okay, like I said, I've never personally talked to targeted Tony, and I'm not going to say he says says he's a target. For me, that's good enough right now until I have proof otherwise. But I'm not going to sit here and say somebody is a perp, and I'm sure not going to sit here and say someone who's been on my panel more than once with me and is trying to uh, do something about this shit with me is a perp.
Well,
I'm
the
not
purpose
gonna.
wouldn't be here. I'd be go making money. This is costing me money to be on here. Your time, your money, your effort to try to help people and get called a perp. It's just
Hey,
fucking ridiculous.
Tony, come on up here and talk. Um, I just said I don't know you. I can't say you're a perp, and I'm not gonna say you're a perp.
Where's Tony at? Am I missing something? I don't see Tony.
If that's really you, he just said screw you guys. Well, I'm like I'm telling
Where's
you,
he at?
I don't know you enough to say screw you.
Oh, there's Tony. I didn't see him in the chat. Screw you guys. Hey, I didn't say you were a perp. I said you were.
I didn't either.
See, that guy's doing it, whoever that guy was. He's instigating. This is how it all starts.
So
He came in at the end of the conversation.
so anyway, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly the bullshit I'm talking about with my topic here
Yeah.
about impersonation and stirring the pot, like you were talking
Nobody
about
said
in
you
your
were a
show.
perp, Tony. You got it backwards. It's perp hunter stirring up the pot. And who is perp hunter, Tony? Can you elaborate?
That's what I'm saying. Who come? You've got the link right there. Do you want it again? Do you want to come up and actually talk and defend yourself? Because I'd like you to come on here.
Yeah.
You're welcome to come on here.
You come on here and you can tell perp hunter what you think.
You can tell him to go fucking kick rocks for all I care. Here's the link. So like I said, I don't know you. I'm not gonna ever say that, and unless I have personal experience and proof. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, Ti Tony's a perp." I'm not gonna fucking do that shit. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, come on up, Tony. It'd be good to have you like old times.
Come on up. There's the link.
I've been on Tony's show a few times. I mean, he's really serious what he does, and he's tired of it.
I can't blame you for being tired of it. Jump on up here.
Come on up, Tony. Tony says perp hunter is a perp. Perp hunter is chief handler. Tony said he's coming on.
So he says perp hunter is chief handler. Okay.
Yep.
Well, damn it! I said its name.
We got
I said he who shall not be named's name.
I said it, so now we're even.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, come on up, Tony, and defend yourself.
Tell Perp Hunter how you feel. I don't know who Perp Hunter is. It's probably got to be a new sock account.
I don't either. I've never seen him before, but the first thing he comes in and says, "Do you know? Are you familiar with Targeted Tony?" And I'm, hello there, sir. How are you? Yep, that's the same Targeted Tony that came in here. So
that's not Target. That's not Target Tony. That's Brandon.
That's
Brandon.
Yeah, that sounds
Brandon
like
or that guy from last week.
No, that's Muddy. You know.
Oh, was it Muddy? Okay.
Yeah, that's Muddy. You know.
He's got something.
That piece of shit is a perp.
He's got something in for Tony. He might be using Tony.
He has something against me. He's got something against Tony. So yeah.
I don't think I can do it, but you can actually go in there. If you right click on their name, and because you got the StreamYard, you can actually go. Let me go see if I can actually go to their channel.
I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't work on mine. It only works on your side.
I don't. I don't need to go to the channel.
No, I just want to see if it was a fake, a fake Tony. Only person that can do that is you. You can right click on the three dots on the YouTube side, and it'll go to whoever's page it is. I'm not sure if you know how to do that.
It's. I clicked on the three dots, and it only says I can either block him or
Really?
time him out.
Oh, so it got to be a stock account then. On my StreamYard, I can go in there and it'll take me
But
to his channel.
that right there is
Perfect example of
that
this
was
bullshit.
muddy. Right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
From last week.
yeah. The yeah. That's muddy.
It sounds like
And
Brandon.
doing exactly what I was talking about with the impersonating people. He's using Tony's icon. Like I said, I don't. I have never talked to Tony. I don't know him from
See, look,
nobody.
he admits it. I own Tony down below. The game.
Oh, you don't own anything, Muddy. You don't own shit. You're being a jackass.
I should send Tony to stream right now. He's probably not up.
Tell mom to bring you down another fucking juicy juice and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so these people come in as a fake Tony. I mean, what the fuck is up with this crap?
That's what I'm talking about here.
That is not Tony.
That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit we're dealing
Oh
with.
my
Now,
god.
I'm remember what I told you on the phone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Might be some of the same shit. You know what I
Damn.
mean?
Oh yeah.
So I'm not gonna elaborate on the subject, but you know what subject I'm talking about.
All right, so I got to the real Tony's page here. I'll just leave a comment in here.
Oh, yes, it is, Muddy. Stop playing. I'm not playing that shit with you anymore, dude. That's some bullshit.
Muddy Waters.
But this is exactly what I'm talking about with the topic of creating dissent by right here. You see his face, you see his tagline, but it wasn't him. Some asshole in here perping him
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
to make him look bad to other targets.
Mud,
So
you know that isn't
so
me. He says so. He's probably got four
um,
accounts.
you might share this exact show to other people, Will, that
Yeah.
that might know him, and you might share it to him himself. Okay, because this is the ridiculous shit that's happening. This is the shit that's going on, and this is purplicious shit right from the get.
Purplicious. That's it. Here we go, the chief handler again. I think I know who this is. I'm not gonna
But
say I know. I know who it is.
I just um that's what I'm talking about with the the if we participate and start to discriminate, we're not going to need a gang stalker enemy because we're going to be each other's enemy.
Yeah. So how do you weed out these
Well, that's why I was talking to you about the
dandelions? I call weed out the
about
dandelions.
that's why I was talking to you about
Oh, I know the
the
machine.
boisterous,
Yeah,
yeah,
the machine.
and and any 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 rate. Um,
I don't know what they get off by doing it.
what's that?
I mean, I don't know what they get off by doing this bullshit trolling.
Well, uh, Muddy, says he does it for fun. Says he's a 21-year-old kid that does it for fun. But I highly doubt he's just doing this shit for fun because um, if he is, he's flirting with legal action for no fucking reason. I mean, regardless of the scenario, impersonating people and slandering people and shit like that without any recourse. I mean, if you got proof, that's a different story. But um,
The whole community is fucked. It is.
it is literally fucked. But the fuckery is real, and this is what you this is what we have. This is what we get, and this is what we had last week. So what he wants, he gets.
It's not as bad as last week. My head hurt. The screaming, boy. At least you got rid of them. All that screaming's good for nobody.
So that being said, um, I we're at the
Now your boy's in here.
uh,
Brandon's in here now.
he who shall not be named
Brandon.
needs to get a life and grow a pair of balls, shut his fucking own mouth. Um, that being said, I'm gonna end right here because I'm not gonna go any farther with this.
Entertain.
Yeah,
Entertain.
we're not gonna entertain that shit anymore right now. So thank everyone for coming out, and thank you so much, Perps, for showing exactly what freaking retards you can be, and for reinforcing what my topic was about tonight. So this is a message for other targeted individuals. Don't be so quick to point the finger at another targeted individual, okay? Because
It's a perfect example.
this is the shit we're dealing with. The perps are perping us with moles and impersonating us like this right here, and contending all kinds of fuckery to make us fight each other, so we're each other's enemy,
I
not
own
the
this
enemy of the
stream. No, he
stalkers.
doesn't own the stream. We own the stream. We're the ones on panel,
You're
motherfucker.
nobody. You're
We're on
nobody. Get the
panel.
fuck
You're
out
in,
of
you're
here.
in a chat room. You can't
Okay.
own anything in a chat room.
I'm not even
You
gonna say.
can't.
I'm not even gonna say your name anymore. You don't deserve to be recognized. Okay. Thanks a lot, Will, and thanks, Cy, and whoever else that came out. Tip, you're already gone. Have a good night, and stay stay true to yourselves. And um, like I said, just don't be so quick to
Or the real TIs.
point at somebody that you know says they're a target as a perp, because this is the shit we're dealing with now, and probably has been for a long time, but it's pretty apparent just from this stream that it is happening. So have a good night. Thank you, Will. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Um,
I'm glad I caught the stream. I just looked over and I saw the
me too. I'm
little
glad you did.
red bar. It's like, oops, Scotty's got a live going here. We got the live perp show over here.
Yeah, you have anything else you want to say before I shut
No,
down?
the perps got nothing to do now. We're closing down. We control the stream and we're shutting it down. Until
Right.
tomorrow. I probably won't be on tomorrow, or maybe
Okay,
tonight.
till next time.
Till next time.
Have a good night.
Purplicious.
Purplicious. That's it. We got the Purplicious stream with the perps everywhere in here. Just reinforcing the topic. Thank you very much, perps.
Perp hunter.
All right.
Perp hunter.
Have a good night.